the greatness. I want you for fight, I go get. I want you for them to sabotage your thing, but them now can't stop it. You're going to shine right in front of them face. They can't tell you that. Hold on. Blessed love, the whole world. Thank you for tuning in. I know this one is late, but I want you to sit down and I want you to grab a chair and I want to put your hand on your jaw and I want you to put your hand on your mouth and I want you to shout out, whoa, when it comes to this content. Now, you guys remember that rugby player that was missing in a content that I did prior, that there was missing black men and boys missing in Canada, and there's not too much media outrage or media coverage on it. Remember that story where the rugby player left from Jamaica to play rugby? He ended up missing somewhere off of Niagara Falls, Canada. There was an interview done with the mom. The mom said that the girlfriend in the States said that she was speaking to him somehow in an Uber. And the last conversation they had that, I am going to come out the Uber. I am going to see you then. So the question becomes, one, before we jump into this content, did he use his rugby visa or rugby situation to say yes, because Canada is here, America is right there at Niagara Falls, left and right? So I'm just going to use that opportunity and say I'm going to cross the border, like where everybody out here shouting, I am crossing the border? Or did he even end up at the border? Well, let's come to the mother. The body was found allegedly, and I have to say allegedly because we're waiting for a DNA test. His body was found all the way in Buffalo. So the scenario that the girlfriend said to the mom when he was missing, when she was looking for, when they were looking for him, or they were trying to get some information about his whereabouts, then it confirmed that he was trying to cross the border. Possible. Okay, so let's get into the story. So I want to remind you guys about the story, and then we're going to get to the update of the decomposed body and all the scenario that will happen to this promised young man who was playing rugby all his life, traveled so many places, but just came to Canada and looked to run off, and body end up found allegedly decomposed in Buffalo. Say what now? Let's get into the backstory of who we're talking about. Okay, give me a sign.
A mother thousands of miles away from Canada, desperate for answers after her 26-year-old son goes missing. Al Pacino McNaught came to Toronto from Jamaica last month to...
Okay, so this is the backstory. This is the young man. He was only 26 years old. He was a rugby player. Let's go.
In a seniors international rugby match at Lamport Stadium, but his mother says he hasn't been seen in over 2 weeks.
He left Jamaica on the 16th of October.
His mother, nicely lady, let his soul rest in peace if it's him. You don't even know how a mother feel when they lose a child. My heart and soul goes out to you. I dropped his part in the missing story of the young boys and young men missing, and no media coverage, and here we are today, allegedly. Okay, guys, let's continue. We're still waiting for DNA tests. Let's get into it. You're going to hear the whole story.
He was to play a match on the 19th. He came off with the rugby team because they were supposed to play a match with the Canadian team. He did play the match on Saturday. I've spoken to him Saturday night.
Nesbitt tells me at around 3 a.m. she got a call from Al Pacino's worried girlfriend who lives in the United States. She said they made plans to meet up, but he wasn't picking up her calls.
The last time when he spoke to her, it was to tell her that he was on an Uber. They were texting to say that, okay, I'm coming off the Uber now. See you soon. And that was it.
A missing persons report has since been filed. And according to Niagara police, that rideshare vehicle dropped him off at the Queenston neighborhood.
So here they said that the last part that the Uber driver dropped him off was at the Queenston neighborhood, and they said that they found his body now in November, decomposed all the way in Buffalo, New York. Let's continue.
Near the Niagara River at around 10:45 p.m. on October 19th. Nesbitt says officers told her they checked the nearby river, scanned local hotel footage, and spoke to the driver, but have come up empty. She has since turned to social media for help and thanks the public for their outpouring of support.
I really do appreciate the support that persons are showing to me, the love and the support and the prayer. Persons are standing with me in prayer, and that is something that I have to give God thanks for.
Nesbitt flew into Toronto from Kingston, Jamaica on Friday with hopes that she will be reunited with her son.
I will go wherever it takes to find my son. I will go anywhere.
Niagara police say that they've sent out alerts to other police services in the GTA, and they're also in contact with law enforcement in the United States due to the proximity of the border. Now, anyone with information on Al Pacino's whereabouts is asked to contact police. Rianne Campbell, City News.
So the question becomes, if he was planning to meet up with his girlfriend in New York, and he was in Canada, and in Niagara Falls, the border connects to each other, did he have a visa to go over there legally, or was he going to cross illegally? Oh no. We want to get to how we discover that possible his body was found. And I want you guys to listen to this. The mother has an update story. Let's go.
26th of November, I was contacted by Detective Kelly to inform me that there was a body that was found in the Youngstown district, Buffalo, New York. The body is badly decomposed, and judging from the eyes, the clothing, she presumed that it would be Al, because she said that's the only rugby player that was reported missing. At the time, I didn't really want to accept it because, I'm still hopeful that it wasn't him, but by the examiner that was doing the autopsy sent her a description of a tattoo that they saw on his left shoulder, which I wasn't aware of the tattoo. I don't really know what was on it, but I was in communication with the girl that he was in communication with, and I asked her if she knew what kind of tattoo was on his shoulder. And what the phrase that she sent back to me, it was just a confirmation for what they have seen or what they could have made out so far, because the body is badly decomposed. So I am here waiting concerning the DNA, because they have to do the DNA to make sure 100% that, it's him. But for me, the tattoo is something that confirms for me, right? So that's where it is right now.
That reminds me of 3 longer stories. The brides.
So you hear what the mom has to say. Yes, let's continue. So now you guys figured out now that
they said to you that the DNA test will take a few months, correct?
Well, first she said that the DNA would have taken 4 to 5 weeks, and that was from call it December. So I would believe that by the beginning of January, it would be completed. I reached out to her like about 2 weeks, 3 weeks back, asking her if there's any update on the DNA, and she said that it would take much longer than the normal 4 to 5 weeks. I spoke to her. She sent me a message on WhatsApp, I think it was day before yesterday, to say that she apologized. The DNA is going to take up to 3 months, right? And I'm like, this is unacceptable, because when he was missing, I had hope that he is alive, right? I had hope and trust in God that, at some point I'll hear something. So, you're worried, but not so worried. But no, it's like, no, him body found. Now I want to get closure. Now I just want to put him to rest. But it is far more distressing and frustrating right now because I did not know that DNA would take so long. Now, with this anticipation of waiting up until March.
So that's why I said allegedly, because the mom said in her heart she feels it's him, because the girlfriend across the border that he was supposed to meet up confirmed that's the tattoo he had that she never know of. So that's how she's going to say, okay, that's her son. But you cannot really say that's the son unless the DNA come back. What we're waiting. She said first that the detective said it will be taking a couple of weeks. Then now it's going to take a couple of months, and she's frustrated and all of that because she really need her son body. Let's go.
Early as
We're just waiting for the mom to continue to talk, guys, right? So basically the mom is saying that at the end of the day, guys, like, it's really frustrated because when you really think about it, this guy travels so many different places. So why would he run off? And the mom is just basically saying, again, at the end of the day, when you think about it, he had to run away for somebody that he trusts, or somebody that he trusts that told him about told him about how to cross the border, basically, right? And all of that, right? And the mom is saying basically she don't think that he fell in the water like they're saying. She think that it was a foul play, that somebody basically killed him, and that, and he wouldn't trust anybody of that sort just like that. He wouldn't trust anybody of that sort just like that. It had to be someone that somebody link him to, or of that sort, to say, okay, well, you know what, you could go with this person to cross the border. Because did he really know the person? He had to know somebody who know that person to let him cross over, for him to cross over of that sort. Okay, so that's the disturbing and troubling part about it, is the fact that it's just bizarre, because here he goes, he's missing, and now he's found all the way in Buffalo, and the mother don't really have any answers of that sort, what really happened to this young man, right? So let's get into it some more.
It was 10:45 p.m. again. He's in an area, it was a resident.
Okay, let's get into it some more, okay?
Of at 10:45 p.m. He said he was getting out of the Uber. He told his girlfriend that he will see her soon. The street crossing is Queenston Road and Kent.
Listen.
So what I don't understand about this report is that the police are saying that they combed the river, they checked local hotel footage, they spoke with the Uber driver and came up
empty-handed, well, right? So we're going to pass forward with that. So I just want to highlight that part to it as well, guys, okay? Because this story gets stranger and stranger every day when our young black man goes missing, especially now that he wasn't even from Canada. He was just a visitor playing rugby, and possible take a chance to say, okay, well, this is an opportunity for me to go over and see the girlfriend, which is very strange. So I want you guys to hear from the mom.
I say that is because when I made a post on Facebook, asking my contacts to share, with person.
And what is so disturbing about this case, guys? The mother claimed, and the mother said that somebody called the mother and said that I'm going to cut your son's neck and throw him in the river. And now they found him in Buffalo, they claim almost in the river, decomposed very badly. The mom said she got that threat, the rugby player mom. Let's continue and listen.
Canada, say my son was missing and stuff like that.
Listen.
I got a call.
Listen.
And the person called and they asked me, this is Mishanda? And I said, yes. And the person said to me that I have a message for Al Pacino. So I'm like, okay, he was missing for a couple of days. So maybe he's with that person and he gave that person a message to give me. And he said to me, I am going to cut his throat and throw him in the river. So I was like, why would you want to do that? So him say, that is what I tell him I'm going to do, so you can look out. I didn't post anything concerning river, right? I was just saying that my son went up there and he went missing, right? I made a report. Detective Kelly is aware of that. I made a report to the Jamaica Police Force also to let them know that somebody called me and basically threatening to say that they're going to kill my son, right? Now, for me, my son is the first time going to Canada. He has traveled to America. He has traveled to Mexico. He has been to Hong Kong.
So that's what is so troubling and disturbing about this case, people. Really troubling and disturbing. We have to shout.
All right. Something all right, yeah.
Something is not right at all. Okay, guys? Imagine, I want you guys to listen for a bit. I know at times I come and I talk and talk and talk, but if I don't talk, you guys will not understand the story. And you guys will never understand the frustration. Now, you are a rugby player. You came to Canada, like the mom said, he went many places. And I'm going to let the mom tell you, then I'm going to come back and speak to you guys for a second. Listen.
San Francisco, those places, right? So it's not like him that used to traveling. It's the first he's going to Canada, right? And for my son is like
So you see? So this boy is a rugby player. You guys know what rugby player do, basketball player do. Everybody that play games, they travel all over the place. This is the first time he's coming to Canada. Yes? He was staying and he was basically in Niagara. Niagara Falls connect to almost to the American border. Left and right. Okay? Or right and left. Depends on which angle you are at, right? Okay. The last conversation he had was with his girlfriend. The mom spoke to him the Saturday, the mom said. Then the last conversation he had, the rugby player was with the girlfriend, telling her, I'll see you soon, and I'm coming out of the Uber. Okay? The police checked the Uber, checked all the hotel cameras, and came up empty-handed. Now, if you're going to cross the border, to go over the border, you must be going to go in water. Now, the mom is saying, when they found the body with nothing, just a Jamaican tracksuit. So if you made up your mind from Jamaica, that was a last minute, that you claim that you're going to go and see your girlfriend over the border because you're going to take up your rugby self, you're going to take up your playing self, and you're going to jump the border like everybody else who's doing it and go across and use Canada opportunity that you came to know that the border is a stone throw, you're going to take up yourself and go. Will you just leave to know you're going to be in a kayak? Maybe you're going to be in a boat to cross in the water. Will you just wear that tracksuit alone? Something is wrong somewhere. Not only that, the girlfriend is the one that alerted the mother and told the mother, hey, mom, do you see the boyfriend? Oh, ma, the last conversation I had, he was in the Uber and he said blah, blah, blah. The mom get to understand that when he met up with whoever he met up, they told him to turn off the location. Does people who are running and crossing the border illegally, do they turn off their location? The only time you turn off the location is when you're maybe running from police. This boy wasn't running from police. He was a rugby player. Came in the country on his visa to come and play rugby. So what happened to the woman, 28-year-old son? So he was missing you all. And in November, she got a call. We supposedly found your son. Now, they claim that the body was very decomposed. So how do you know that's his son? Well, apparently to the mother claims say They asked her about a tattoo, and the only person she could go and check to know if he really had a tattoo was the so-called girlfriend that he was supposed to meet up with, hang out with, par with, smoke with, drink with. I am just being a significant jackass at this point in time. Something not right here. So the mother said this boy wouldn't go off with anyone. Remember, it's the first time he's coming to Canada. So let's look at it. Let's play the devil's advocate. Would he plan from in Jamaica that he's gonna use the opportunity to go across to go see the girlfriend and don't wear proper gear to know you're going into a boat? To know that most of the time these waters are rough and cold no matter how hot outside is? Remember, a river, a beach in Jamaica is different from this current in these kind of river that you have to ride in those countries. So I am lost and I'm disturbed. Let's continue.
Like this. Him now just go out.
Listen.
And just talk to a random person and say, hey, I want to go across, how best can you help me?
See?
This is my belief, and this is what I presume. Anything he's communicating with this person that he believes, he can trust, and he knows. Right? Because he's very trustworthy. But for me, he would get some information to say, okay, then instead of going to the border, go to Queenstown and Kent Street. And for my experience going up there, seeing how it's situated, the border is on the right, Queenstown and Kent Street is on the left. You go around the corner there. Going up there and seeing all of that, right? There's a part up there when you go down to the river that you lose all communication because they said that you would be closer to America side. It did not show that he moved from Kent Street. It showed that it moved from Queenstown to Kent Street, but it did not show that he moved any further, right? Being up there looking, somebody had to come with me to show me directly where the track is, right? Because even when we went in the day, I could not see it. I went there, I walk on the track, going through the track, and because the leaves are, fall off the tree, so you can see it a little bit better, but you still have to look good because it's not visible like that. Somebody has to lead him to wherever he was going. Him don't take up himself and just go like that. You see that jacket, that picture that we're posting with the GoFund on him, with the jacket. That's the jacket he bought when he went up there, right? He would not just go off by himself in a sweat top and a sweat bottom. Jamaica, where our climate is different.
Like I said, if that was planned, if he was in Jamaica and say, yep, I am going to play rugby and I'm going to take this opportunity now to go to Niagara Falls and then I'm going to run off because the border is just right there. He would have planned more better. He would have more gears on because, traveling those water and those, you're going to be cold. You don't know how long it's going to take you to reach where you're going. So was it a last minute thing? Who put that in his brain to come to Canada, mash up his rugby career to come and cross to go and see a girlfriend? Because once you're going to go across the border illegally, you're going to find yourself in an illegal situation where you were already legal, traveling all over the world playing rugby. So something not right here. Something is really not right. Anyways, let's continue.
So asking the detective of the clothing that the body was found in, right? She said that they found the body in the Jamaica sweat top and bottom. So I'm like, that can't be, right? Because if he's going out on a raft, he would have on a jacket.
See?
Right? There's no knapsack because he would have his knapsack with him. There's no personal item that was found. I don't know if they're finding the money in their pocket, but they said there's no.
So that therefore the people them who possibly brought him across either rob him and kill him and toss his body because they figured out, oh, this man don't know anything. There's stories like here where there was a Indian family froze to death because crossing illegally again from Canada in the to go to America again. We know these kind of crossing illegal borders are happening here. People are dying, people are being killed, and all of these things. People, be mindful who you trust. Foreign and those places are not a bed of roses, because if you think the amount of bills that people have to pay in a first world country, you would cry and stay where you are. It's not easy. I'm not saying people shouldn't come and do up their opportunity and do what they want to do, but this young man already had a promised opportunity. He was traveling and playing rugby. So what got into his brain to get over there and cross, knowing that it's so dangerous? Something is wrong. And I believe the mom, somebody had to do a foul play. Something went wrong there. Let's continue.
Item that was found. So my thing is, I want to find out really and truly, because this is what I am getting from the detective. I can't say everything is true and I can't say it's not true. But wherever the body was found, I would like to know really what kind of clothing. Did he have on any shoes? Did he have any socks? Because these are the things that you have to look at. How him dress. This is my belief. I don't get the evidence yet, but this is my belief that them kill him. And I'm trusting God that the autopsy will show everything that is hidden, despite how decomposed the body is. So I am just here waiting, and it's really hard. It's really hard because...
And we don't really hear the girlfriend saying anything. Remember, he was supposed to come and meet you, miss. Leave it in the comment section if you have something to say. The mom, I would like to hear from you as well. I know this time our condolences, this is not about for views or anything like that, but anything more that you can tell us so we could continue to hear this story. And the girlfriend, like, what's going on? Can you tell us some more stuff? The mom is in need. Like, can we know what happened, what went down? Who did he meet? Did he know the person he was going to meet up with to bring him across? Do you know their information? All of these things, please and thanks. We want to know.
My son is a kind person. If everybody would talk about him, can say he has a kind heart. He wants to help people. He not likes the people suffer. He not likes the people hungry. From once he can help, that's what he's going to try to do.
If you're in Canada and have over 10...
Imagine that. So we're not going to drag out the story at all. I just wanted to come and update you guys and say something right here, there's something wrong. But what do they always say in life? If you don't die by natural cause, if you don't die by a sickness, look out for a close friend, someone that you eat and drink with, sometime possible somebody where you sleep and eat with, have their hand in your debt. Be mindful of where the road you trod and who you trust nowadays days in your life. Peace and love.